Hello and welcome. I'm Darren. I'm back. I'm back with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This will be the last video I'm going to do on this. There really shouldn't be another reason for me to do another. To be honest, I shouldn't have to do another video full stop. Obviously, there's still people that are in some sort of denial phase because I didn't get the side-by-side to line up perfectly. I explained that the shadows and the lighting will change things, but that's just not going to work for some people. So I've done a couple of other videos now. Someone did mention in the comments, fair play to them, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even realise really, to be honest, but there is a benchmark. So we'll run the benchmark. And the one thing I will say about this benchmark is the performance of the GPUs looks very dodgy, and I've got a serious problem. I don't know why with Afterburner in this game. I tried to enlarge it and move over into the middle, my overlay, and it refuses to do it. I don't know why. I'm going to have to update my version of Reaver Tuner, and now it's just doing some crazy ass shit, which is driving me insane. Performance in this is crazy when you look at the frame time graphs, but don't worry about it too much. I'm recording a very, very high level capture, so I really am pushing the encoders on these GPUs to the limit, and it is hitting performance quite bad on them. So don't look too deep into the crazy frame times on both of them. It is what it is. The one thing I did find interesting is every time I pause it, it's cleaner. It's more blurry on the AMD one. I think it is, unless I'm just catching it randomly in between a frame every time. I'm not sure. It just seems to be like it's fuzzy on that one. What that's about, I have no idea. Like there, you can see this tree looks a bit crisper, and this looks a bit blurry, and this looks a little bit more. That looks a bit blurry. That looks a bit cleaner. But I don't think it's a big thing. I've played the game on both GPUs, runs great on both GPUs. I think it is definitely slightly ahead. I mean, I don't have the same, in fact, that was probably a good area, wasn't it? Let's pause that there. So, red and red. I mean, it's red and red, right? I don't know what anyone's seeing that I'm not seeing, but this is red and red. I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh yeah, it runs great on both GPUs. I think it is slightly ahead on the 7900 XGX. I believe it is an AMD sponsored game. I'm sure it flashes up with an AMD logo at the start of it. And obviously that's paired with 7800X3D. Whether that makes any difference, I don't know. Probably not. The XTX is there's nothing in this game. There's no. It's just pure rasterization power. So, but yeah, you can kind of see it there again. It's like blurry on the leaves, and on this one they're like a little bit cleaner. I don't know why that is. I've never seen that before or noticed it before, but I mean, you can kind of see everything in the way of colors is the same. This is probably quite a good way to kind of get a look at them, because obviously there's no lighting issue or shadowing issue or anything going on in this game. So, in the benchmark, we're not going to have that problem. But I'm going to go quickly into a video after this, which shows I've managed to line stuff up a little bit better. But I mean, you can see like the blues. They're like, I don't know what someone's searching for, but they're searching for something that just ain't there. All the details and stuff are there. For some reason, it is a bit of a blurry image on there. I don't know why. When we get to the end of it, you'll see it. It tells you the settings in the benchmark. I haven't adjusted any settings. We're at the exact same settings. And when I show you a side-by-side in a minute, they both look sharp. So I don't know why it's like that in the benchmark. You can see, I think it's just getting hit harder. The encoder on the XTX isn't quite as good. So you can kind of see there, like obviously the XTX is ahead of the 4080. You can see here's the system. So 7900 XTX with a 7800 X3D, 13700K with 4080. So are we in the same? That's fine. I didn't know if it said Windows version because one of these systems did a Windows update the other day, and I don't remember seeing the other one do it. So I don't know if it did it on shutdown, but you can see we're using the same settings. There's nothing going on. I'm not doing anything. The exact same settings that I was doing the benchmark with before that I showed the settings in the benchmark. There's no reason for me to mess around with anything. In fact, it actually kind of looks a little bit blurry on that as well, so I don't know what that's about. We'll go to, obviously, where is it? This. So I managed to play around in this. We do it at the end. So you can see it's not blurry in this. Everything's clean and fine and crisp and good. Obviously, this is on the 7900 XTX. We hit 425 watts in. That's crazy. I managed to get them lined up pretty good. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. This is what I'm talking about. Look in the real time how quick this shadow moves across. So the lighting in this game, it must have like a 10-minute day-night cycle. Because look at this shadow. It is literally racing along, and you can kind of tell when I get my side-by-sides that I was struggling to get lined up to take anything before this shadow ran out of here. And obviously that's a color that I wanted to compare. So you can see, obviously, this is now on the NVIDIA GPU. You can see up here. So obviously it's a bit harder to tell because no, you can see it there, 265 watts. Which is interesting. That's running really low. 400 watts, 265. But you can see, just going across the colours. I mean, you wouldn't even really know. You'd think that was on the same GPU. You would not know. So, at the end of this, I tried, obviously, to line up a bit better. You can tell there where I was obviously struggling with the shadows coming around because they come around so quick, and you can see obviously here the shadows moved around, or that shadows moved around further. But greens, pinks, fire's fire color, orange is orange. There's nothing in it. There is nothing in it. You can pause it. Like if you pause it at different times, sometimes you catch one of them in between frame and it might make one of them look a little bit blurry compared to the other. That happens when you pause it. But paused on that, I think everything just looks, you know what I mean? There is nothing in it. They are playing back the game as the game is supposed to be played. There's no reason why one of them would play it back any different. So, yeah, I'm not going to drag this video. In fact, I might actually be under 10 minutes. That'd be incredible. I'd actually love to actually upload a video that's under 10 minutes for once. So I'm actually just going to drag this one out for another 1 minute and 45. But yeah, there's nothing in it. You can even see like the little pink thing up there. You can see the line going up. Must be a zip line that you can go. I can't remember now. I haven't played this game in so long. You can see all like these little hieroglyphs or whatever they would be called along here. Everything just looks, the shiny thing, all of these textures around here, everything just looks the same. There's nothing to be had. It looks as sharp as each other. Like I said, I might get a dodgy pause where one might look as a little bit sharper than the other. That does happen if you manage to catch one kind of in between a frame where one's in a different one. But I mean, there is nothing to be had. People are trying to find something that isn't there. Like I said, this isn't perfectly lined up, so you might see something that looks a bit wonky somewhere. You can kind of see you can see here, look, I'm lined up with the pole over my head. Here it's over my shoulder, so they're not perfectly lined up. You can kind of see, obviously, it's not. I did the best I could. It's not particularly, well, I suppose that's probably the easiest place you can see, obviously, this here to this here. I tried my best. It's not the easiest thing to do. But yeah, let it go. Let it go, people. Let it go. It's playing back the game. It looks good. It looks good on both of them. There's no reason for it to look any different. Somehow people are seeing something after they've sold a GPU and then they've put in a different GPU and suddenly they see these things. Incredible to say. But there we go. I'm going to leave it there and I will catch you in the next one.